Good evening. This is the world news at 6 p.m. on Voice of the People 96.1 FM. I am Lewis Egure. Here are the top stories. President Tinubu and President Ramaphosa hold bilateral talks following inauguration. NCDC considers emergency declaration as cholera outbreak spreads across 30 states in Nigeria. South Africa MP suspend for racist language. Russian President Vladimir Putin emphasizes strategic partnership with Vietnam. In business, Nigeria Customs Service reports 1.9 trillion naira revenue increase, an effort for stable exchange rate in collaboration with CBN. And in the world of sport, Nigeria slides to 38 in latest FIFA rankings amidst post-AFCON setback. Argentina maintains top spot. Details shortly. Now the news in details. President Bola Tinubu on Thursday received the South African counterpart Cyril Ramaphosa as both leaders held bilateral talks following Ramaphosa's swearing-in ceremony. The meeting took place at the Radisson Hotel in Johannesburg. Before the closed meeting, President Ramaphosa expressed his gratitude to President Tinubu for honoring the invitation to attend his inaugural for a second term in office. He said, "Thank you so much for coming for the inauguration. I was very happy to see my brother at the ceremony." President Tinubu commended President Ramaphosa's inaugural speech, noting that it is addressed many of the challenges faced by African countries and emphasized the need for increased collaborations among leaders and citizens to find solutions. President Ramaphosa was re-elected for a second term on Friday, June 14, 2024, following an agreement for a government of national unity between the African National Congress ANC and the Democratic Alliance. President Kashim Shettima has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to driving economic revival and development in the northeast region of the country. He stated this on Wednesday while laying the foundation for the new headquarters of the Northeast Development Commission (NEDC) in Maiduguri. Shettima emphasized the importance of unity in reclaiming and shaping the narrative of the Northeast region. He noted that the event demonstrated President Bola Ahmed Tinubu's promise and commitment to the region, significant to the nation. Shettima highlighted that the foundation-laying ceremony marked a step towards fulfilling President Tinubu's promise to prioritize initiatives that safeguard the interests of the Northeast. Gombe State Governor Mohammed Inuwa Yahaya, who is also a chairman of the Northern State Governors Forum, praised Vice President Shettima for mobilizing support for the smooth operation of NEDC. Yahya called on governors and other stakeholders from the Northeast states to work towards achieving the goals of the NEDC. He lamented the devastating effects of the Boko Haram insurgency, which he said had set the Northeast back by 50 years. The Nigerian Center for Disease Control and Prevention indicated on Wednesday that it may declare an emergency due to the ongoing cholera outbreak across the country. NCDC Director General Jide Idris, speaking in Lagos, stated the center is closely monitoring the situation and will consider an emergency declaration if the outbreak surpasses a manageable threshold. Idris made this remark at the Adetokunbo Alakija Memorial Travel Medicine Lecture held at Civic Center, Victoria Island, organized by the Nigerian Society of Travel Medicine. The World Health Organization, UNICEF, an international organization for migration, convened an emergency meeting in Lagos on Tuesday as Nigeria confronts cholera outbreak in 30 states. According to recent NCDC reports from January 1 to June 11, 2024, there have been over 1,141 suspected and 65 confirmed cases of cholera, resulting in more than 30 deaths across 96 local government areas in 30 states. In Lagos State alone, the Ministry of Health has reported 350 suspected cases in 29 wards across multiple local government areas, with 17 cases confirmed, with 15 fatalities due to severe dehydration from delayed treatment. Addressing attendees on collaborative platforms and network strengthening travel medicine in Nigeria, Idris emphasized that an emergency declaration hinges on data from all involved partners, stating, if they determine the situation exceeds a critical threshold, then we declare an emergency. Meanwhile, the Lagos State government issued precautionary measure on cholera prevention to schools, parents, and guardians. The Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, through Commissioner Jamiu Alia Balogun, emphasized strict hygiene for school food handlers and prevent disease spread. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu on Wednesday vowed to arrest the perpetrators behind the recent kidnapping of 3 Lebanese nationals, including the managing director of Fuhani Nigeria Limited, Muhammadu Fuhani. He emphasized that his government would not condone individuals with evil intentions in the state. Governor Sanwo-Olu assured Lagos residents, particularly business owners and religious tourists, of adequate security in the state. He emphasized that his administration is committed to making Lagos peaceful, attractive, and homely. The governor provided these assurances during a courtesy visit by the president of the National Baptist Convention, Reverend Israel Akanji, and his entourage at the Lagos House, Alausa. While confirming the kidnapping and release of the 3 Lebanese nationals, Governor Sanwo-Olu clarified that the incident occurred on the Big Water on their way to Ikorodu, not around 5 Convry in Falomo as previously reported. Responding to the request of Nigerian Baptist Convention to host the annual Baptist World Alliance in Nigeria for the first time in over a century, Governor Sanwo-Olu promised a safe and delightful experience for all foreign religious tourists coming to Lagos next month for the convention. He noted that religious organizations are stakeholders in governance. Earlier, Reverend Akanji commended the significant strides of the Babajide Sanwo-Olu administration, particularly in food and transport palliatives for residents during the current economic challenges. And to Africa. A South African lawmaker from the Democratic Alliance DA, Reynaldo Goers, has been suspended after a series of old clips surfaced online showing him using violent, racist language amongst black people. Initially, Goers claimed one of the videos was doctored, but the DA confirmed on Thursday that the footage is genuine. In the video, Goers, who was sworn into parliament less than a week ago, repeatedly used local slur and the N-word, calling for violence against black people. This incident poses a challenge for President Cyril Ramaphosa, who recently agreed to form a new coalition government with the DA. The DA, a center-right party, has long faced accusation of racism, with critics claiming it protects the interest of the white monetary population. An allegation the party denies. The DA has announced that Goers will face disciplinary charges. This controversy follows another resurfaced clip earlier in the week, where Goers made racially charged remark suggesting that white people are subject to reverse apartheid. He stated, if Africa had to disappear off the face of the earth, no one would expletive notice. More than 40,000 people have signed an online petition calling for Gul's removal as an MP. Russian President Vladimir Putin underscored the importance of expanding his country's strategic partnership with Vietnam during talks with Vietnamese President To Lam on the first day of his state visit to the Southeast Asian nation. Putin, who arrived in Hanoi late on Wednesday after visiting North Korea, extended an invitation to Lam to participate in Moscow next year for commemoration marking the 80th anniversary of the victory over Nazi Germany in World War II, as reported by the Russian state news agency TASS on Thursday. During his visit, Putin is scheduled to attend a state-bound following meetings with Young Phu Trong, the General Secretary of Vietnam's ruling Communist Party, and Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh. Commentators view Putin's trip to Vietnam as an effort to strengthen ties with remaining allies amid international isolation. Vietnam and North Korea are seen as both symbolic and practical in bolstering economic relations, including commitment to trade and investment, possibly including adopting a round-dong currency exchange mechanism for payment. Meanwhile, discussions may touch on Russia's ongoing conflict with Ukraine. Ukrainian ambassador Oleksandra Haman, speaking to DPA, expressed no expectation that Vietnam would depart from its neutral stance in the conflict. You are listening to the World News at 6 p.m. on Voice of the People 96.1 FM. Still to come, business, entertainment, and sport. Please stay with us. Thank you for staying with us. And now the business. The Nigerian report an increase of 1.9 trillion naira over the past year. The NCS, in collaboration with the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN), is also working towards achieving a stable exchange rate for imports. The Controller General of Customs, Adewale Adeniyi, announced this at a press conference in Abuja on Wednesday, marking his first year in office. He revealed that the NCS generated 4.49 trillion in revenue from June 2023 to May 2024, compared to 2.58 trillion naira in the previous year, indicating a 74% increase. Adeniyi highlighted several factors contributing to the growth, including a 15 billion naira recovery through the Revenue Review Performance Recovery Exercise, 2.7 billion naira from regularization uncustomed vehicle document, and 1.5 billion naira from decongesting ports of overtime containers and vehicles. He also noted that on June 13, 2024, the NCS achieved a daily all-time high revenue collection of 58.5 billion naira. Additionally, Adeniyi emphasized the importance of merit-based deployment of officers to key positions, which significantly boost performance. He mentioned the NCS roles in trade facilitation, noting the positive impact of port decongestion and reopening previously inaccessible roads. NCS efforts have been recognized on the Presidential Enabling Business Environment Council (PEBEC), which aim to streamline business operations in Nigeria through various reforms and policies. Now to foreign business. Chinese car companies have urged Beijing to impose import tax of up to 25% on European Union vehicles if the trading bloc implements tariffs on cars from China. This demand was reportedly made during a closed-door meeting organized by China Ministry of Commerce, which included representatives from both Chinese and European car firms. The proposed measure were specifically targets cars from the EU with large petrol-driven engines, according to an article published by a social media account affiliated with state broadcaster CCTV. The meeting in Beijing was attended by 4 Chinese and 6 European car companies. This report echoes an article published last month by the state-run newspaper, which suggested that 25% tariffs should apply to cars with petrol engine larger than 2.5 liters. The move would target luxury or ultra-luxury vehicles, implying that an additional tax is not likely to significantly affect overall volume. And now to entertainment. Nigerian Afrobeat singer Wizkid has praised veteran producer and music executive Don Jazzy for his amazing nature. The commendation follows their recent fallout on social media. It is recalled that Wizkid shaded Don Jazzy after his signee Ladipo seemingly ridiculed him in a post on X for claiming that hip-hop is dead. After a fan alerted Wizkid to the post, he reacted by saying, "Laugh out loud, never chatting with anyone signed to an influencer next." He also tweeted 2 tweets suggesting that he referred to Maven record boss Don Jazzy as an influencer. In response, Don Jazzy unfollowed Wizkid on Instagram. However, it appears the duo have reconciled, as Don Jazzy recently appreciated Wizkid for endorsing his signee Aerostar's Symphomo album "The Year I Turned 21", and Wizkid took to his X handle to hail Don Jazzy, describing him as an amazing human. In other entertainment news, popular American reality star and model Kim Kardashian has made a shocking revelation about her beauty. Kim stated that she has only 10 years left to look good. The mother of 4 disclosed this on Thursday's new episode of The Kardashians. Speaking on her 10-year plan, the fashion mogul said she would venture into acting and take a back seat from the entertainment world after a decade. "I can do a movie a year. I have got about 10 years where I still look good. So that is all I've got in me. And then I'll take some time off," Kim said. It is recalled that Kim Kardashian and her ex-husband rapper Kanye West officially finalized their divorce on November 29, 2022. According to the document, the former couple have joint custody of their 4 children, North, Saint, Chicago, and Sam. And now to sport. And the latest FIFA ranking released on Thursday, Nigeria has dropped to the 10th position. The Super Eagles now hold 1498.93 points, down from their previous 1520.27 points. This decline underscores challenges faced by Nigeria on their international football stage. Formerly ranked, Nigeria's slip follows their performance in recent matches post the African Cup of Nations, where they finished as runners-up after a 2-1 loss to the host nation. In recent games, the Super Eagles draw 1-1 against South Africa's Bafana in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State, and suffered a 2-1 defeat to Benin Republic in a match played in Ivory Coast. These results have caused doubts on Nigeria's prospect 2026 World Cup qualifiers. Meanwhile, Argentina maintained its top position in the ranking with 1860.14 points, showcasing their continued dominance in international football. The rankings, calculated using the ELO model, emphasize team strength, match importance, and result. In other movements, Liberia has made significant progress, climbing 10 positions to their highest ever rank of 142nd, gaining 37.47 points. Conversely, Equatorial Guinea experienced the largest decline, dropping 10 positions and losing 47.53 points in the latest ranking updates. And that is the world news at 6 p.m. on Voice of the People 96.1 FM. Remember, your vigilance makes a difference. Protect yourself and your community. For eyewitness reports and news coverage of your events, please call 0807 660 6162. Follow VOP on YouTube at Voice of the People, Abuja. The news was produced by Yechenu, by Alice Ennis. I am Louis. Thanks for